This music video my friends made, Arius 33 TV, and she's also called Quasar the Composer. She sent me this music video that she wanted me to check out on my YouTube channel, so I'm about to do it.
I decided I was devoted to myself, while you chose to be devoted to her. I have never felt so sick and so alone, so isolated on this throne. I held my head high as a queen always does, but inside I died. I ached and I cried, drowned in my tears and surrounded by my fears, afraid of the steps ahead, curled up in my bed, turning blue, yet so very red, while you chose to desert my heart and play with my head.
Huh. Poem. An artistic tip. Yeah, you've seen him before in a couple of my reaction videos, the Get Out reaction and the Catch a Cheetah reaction.
Just evaporate in thin air. Just evaporate in thin air. You can be here or there. Evaporate in thin air. Just evaporate in thin air.
LA Fire Department still on? Oh, LAPD.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are neither here nor there. You just evaporate in thin air. We're all energy, essentially. We're all energy, oh, can't you see?
You gotta focus on the face.
I'm gonna go, no, I don't. But while I'm here, it's important that I let you know that I need a man that I can really hold on to. Looking around, but I can't seem to find you, because you are neither here nor there. You just evaporate in thin air. Just evaporate in thin air.
What's up with that shirt, huh?
I'm just a girl that you
LAPD.
call when your woman ain't
environment?
home. I
Oh,
thought that you
please,
was
peace and
silent.
love.
Guess that I was wrong.
I see the
I'm
message.
just a girl that you call when your woman ain't home. I thought that
Oh,
you
love
was
and peace
silent.
department. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. That's a nice shirt.
Confusion, amusement, and
That's a
mental
dope
illusion.
shirt.
Why did I
Maybe
choose
credit on that
dim
one.
homeless and gave you my time? Silly and me, relationship goals cannot be achieved. We gotta freeze, but cannot rewind. Look in my eyes, why did you whine? Why do I care? How can you dare? You is not solid, just like the air. I will not share my feelings and heart with the nigga who's careless. It lives in the dark. I'm building a boat, let's call it our art. I'll sell on your tears and cry out your heart. Oh, pout, let it all out. I will be gone, just like the clouds. Yeah, I will be gone, just like a cloud.
I'm guessing that's the Hill Santa Monica Mountain. It's a nice area, by the way, of LA. It's like pretty rural, it's like it's thick. It's close to what you get the nature out in the LA area. Okay, interesting music video. I mean, the voice does need a bit of work, honestly. But I mean, I enjoyed the song. You know what I'm saying? It was a well-written song about peace, basically. And I really recommend you check out her album, Love Spells EP. It's on um, it's on Spotify. Just look up Quasar, the composer, on Spotify. You can easily find her music. I recommend checking her out because she's a talented rapper too. What is up, CSK Bay? What's happening, my man? Oh damn, skip frames detected. Okay, we're live. But yeah, man, want to talk about Colin Kaepernick. If there's anything that pisses off any conservative, especially conservative friends of mine, it's Colin Kaepernick, and this dude managed to get a deal with Disney, like civil rights advocate. And I gotta say, this is not really like I mean, see, I don't hate the player, you know what I'm saying? Cause the thing is, like Colin Kaepernick, basically he wasn't woke before like he got benched. I mean, he got benched and he met up with this woman who was like heavily into Black Lives Matter, and that influenced him to start being a activist, basically. Because I mean, he was cut for what? Blaine Gabbert, because he started playing like crap. He got exposed after the Super Bowl season, like he was a one-trick pony. And then after that, like teams figured Colin Kaepernick out, and basically like his stats got a lot worse in the next couple of years. So he got benched for perennial underachiever Blaine Gabbert, and then he started doing all this kneeling, all this protesting, which gave him a lot of attention and basically gave him a second career. But yeah, Nessa influenced Colin Kaepernick into being more of a Black Lives Matter advocate, and she's one of the main reasons why Colin Kaepernick didn't sign for the Ravens. Like, yeah, remember Colin Kaepernick had to deal with the Ravens, but then his girlfriend interjected. She's a Black Lives Matter activist. Like here's what Ray Lewis said. I mean, a lot of people call Ray Lewis like Uncle Tom or Coon because he visits the White House with Trump. But Ray Lewis, I mean, I think he really did do that murder and all that. But he's overall a really good dude that cares about the black community. And here's why he shed the light why the team never followed through. Like, we were talking about giving this kid the opportunity to get back in the National Football League. Look, this is what I wanted to share with people. I've been fighting for this kid behind the table like nobody has. I've never been against Colin Kaepernick, but I'm against the way he's done it. Then Kaepernick's girlfriend goes out and put up this racist gesture and doesn't know we are in the back office about to try to get this guy signed. Steve Bugatti said himself, how can you crucify Ray Lewis when Ray Lewis is the one calling for Colin Kaepernick? You see? She's a full-blown Black Lives Matter activist. I mean, like, she basically insinuated like Ray Lewis is the house slave and the NFL owner is the slave owner, which is kind of a true trope if you really think about it. But if you're trying to get a job back in the NFL, you don't shit on the employer. You see, that's the problem with a lot of activists. They don't really, they have this attitude of like basically shitting where they eat. Like, they'd love to be this self-righteous, but they come off as just asses. Like, this has come off as just petty, mean. This come off as like just being petty and mean. I mean, you really think you're sending a message calling Ray Lewis, a man who came from the hood to being a multi-millionaire, and call this man a house slave for trying to get Colin Kaepernick a job in the NFL for making a very controversial statement, like kneeling and having the socks on that said the police are pigs and all that. Like, yeah, like Kaepernick had another shot of the NFL, but his girlfriend just ruined it, and she's basically the main influence of Colin Kaepernick. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Colin Kaepernick's mind is in the right place, but he's very misinformed. I mean, just look at him saying, talking about Castro. Yeah, just look at him talk about Fidel Castro in a positive light. I mean, the dude had the Fidel Castro shirt on and had a game in Miami. Had a game in Miami that week. As you see, remember that game, the Miami game? It's one of Kaepernick's last NFL games ever. This dude had the nerve to wear a Castro T-shirt in a city. A city where most of the people are Cuban, and it really pissed off the Cuban fan base. And that guy, he got hella boo, man. Like, this dude is like a wannabe Malcolm X type revolutionary, but he doesn't really know much about, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't really know much about the issues, and he's easily influenced by his Black Lives Matter girlfriend. I mean, look at him explaining why he wore the Fidel Castro shirt in the first place. Because it just highlights a lot of ignorance with the left about like communist history and all that. Because they love the sugarcoat, like, well, Cuba's not real communism. Tengo 4 años y soy paciente de San Jude. Come on. What's this?
Yeah, what I said was I agree with the investment in education. I also agree with the investment in free.
Oh man, this is. You see this guy? He has the eyes. He has the eyes of a true believer. A lot of left wing folks, they always got this weird look on their eyes, like when they speak about that shit. Like, man, I really believe this shit.
As well as the involvement in helping end apartheid in South Africa. You know, I would hope that everybody agrees those things are good things. Trying to push the false narrative that I was a supporter of the oppressive things that he did is just not true.
You were taken out of context, you think?
Oh man, see, look at them making a moral equivalence between communism and what we have in the U.S. And here's a funny comment. Just a quick reminder: this guy was raised by a white family in Wisconsin. Dude's nose reminds me of Gosling. Yes, I wore Hitler's shirt, but I want to support the good thing. That's how stupid you sound. I mean, seriously, Hitler did stabilize the German economy. That's how it feels when you defend Castro. And then he doubled down on it. Well, he did some good things with education. Well, folks in Cuba were pretty much forced to be educated. Like, if you don't get educated, you're going to end up in slavery, or you get the crap beaten out of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, education didn't come by choice in Cuba. It came by force, Colin. A lot of folks like him don't really read up to the history of, like, the Cuban Revolution and, like, history of, like, communist revolutions and stuff. Because him only getting, like, a piece of story things like, oh, wow, he got everybody educated. He got everybody health care. And it's like, man, this dude just sounding like, just a straight up Marxist, man. And then the fact of the matter is, like, everybody this dude was raised by a middle class white family, so he basically has very little of the real black experience. I mean, here's his family. I mean, because basically he's really like his black father wasn't around, so he was raised by a middle class white family. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at this. I mean, the guy comes from relative privilege. Yeah, he comes from relative privilege, and the thing is, this guy wasn't like super black until he got benched. Because look at beforehand. Like, he really looks more Arab. I thought he was Arab when I first seen him. That's back when he had the short hair. Now he's like after he got benched, like he's some kind of like super black activist. Yeah, yeah. I mean, look at his hair now. Look at him, like he's a super black activist now. But before that, like he was more of an Arab. And here's the real kicker. Here's his 4th of July tweet. Yeah, I'm gonna show you his 4th of July tweet. Damn, I'm badly misspelled that. Look at this. Black people have been dehumanized, brutalized, criminalized, and terrorized for centuries. You respect the joy of white slave. We reject your celebration. Even though, like, he quoted a mighty historic speech by Frederick Douglass without context. And another thing is, like, I hope everyone have a blessed 4th. I don't know, man. He seemed to set the white supremacy back when he was a starter. Back when he was a starter, he wasn't really like super political. And he's actually made a comment beforehand that was racist beforehand. But yeah, people didn't catch on to that. But yeah, look at this. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Hope everyone has a blessed. See, he said everyone. Like, he wasn't even super divisive or political. He hoped everyone had a blessed day. White, black, Asian, Hispanic. It was everybody. As for me, I'm on that I'm on that workout flow first. Conservative detractors where social justice seemingly began in 2016. That's true. I mean, I don't know, man. It seems quite opportunistic to become an activist right after he got benched. I mean, the guy got a lot of attention after his kneeling. And, I mean, I support his kneeling as a First Amendment right and all that. But, yeah, it looks like this video is still frozen on Quasar the Composer. Wow. Alrighty. Looks like I'm still stuck on Quasar Composer. Yeah, I'll still talk. I'm still going to talk about Kaepernick a bit. That guy, man. I mean, it's really something. It's really something. Disney gave Colin Kaepernick a deal. I mean, they gave Colin Kaepernick a deal basically to make social justice type of let me see. I'm gonna go to it. Damn, my brain is fried right now. Sorry about the the frozen screen from the Quasar the Composer music video. Yeah, but here's the here's the partnership with Disney. Gotta say, man, the guy has really made it as a second career as a social justice activist, man. I mean, I can't hate the way he played the game, man. Like, he played the game really well, and I mean, now he's like a new the new MLK, like a Malcolm X, like the next social justice advocate, you know what I'm saying? Like the next Sean King. And Sean King is losing a lot of clout after he speak from plagiarizing folks. And he's decided to restore partnership to elevate black and brown directors, inspire the youth. I mean, to me, like, Kaepernick's heart is in the right place. But the problem is, like, he's very influenced by his radical Marxist girlfriend, and he has a lot of Marxist ideas with what he's saying. So, I mean, he does need to get pushed back on the Marxist elements. But the thing is, if you push back on the elements, like, you're called a self-hater or like a coon or all that. It's just ridiculous. And then she just, oh damn, Jemele Hill. That's not, see, I don't know. She's divisive. Jemele Hill is one of the most divisive people in sports media. Her ass will make everything racial. She's really bad. She's Touré level bad. Colin has a singular path. I mean, the thing is, like, he getting all kinds of getting all kinds of deals now, but he's making a lot of bread being being a social justice activist. I mean, why open yourself to injuries when you got this career right here? And Disney feels giving a neat perspective. See, the thing is, like, Colin Kaepernick really is the wrong person for this because he comes from a privileged middle class white background. Like, he doesn't know how an inner city black person feels or grew up around because he's never dealt with that. Because me, like, I grew up around the inner city. I mean, like, I know the typical inner city mindset of black people, which Colin Kaepernick doesn't know because he's never been around it. The thing is, like, the real problem with, like, our society really is, like, we don't value education. Like, if we value education like African immigrants does, we have a higher income on average. Seriously, I mean, we have higher income on average, more black people in jobs, and a lack of fathers too. If we have more fathers and we have more focus on education, like we thrive a lot more than is in America today. And the problem is, like, the media does have an image of black people. Basically, like, if you're not an athlete, you're not a musician, like, you're not really black enough. That's a really big problem. That's like the real white supremacy that's happening in America today. And the sad fact is that white supremacy is enforced by black people. I don't know, man. The media's done a massive mind trick. Disney doesn't care. Most people are appalled. They see it from new population of black and brown serfs. It doesn't matter. It's all they see. They're finished. Yeah. Oh wow, look at it. I mean, look at this, Disney. I mean, look at this. A lot of folks are pissed. Shame on you, Disney, and promoting the liberal hatred that spews against our law enforcement. You sounds like a conservative, the pigs and the socks, disrespecting our flag is sick. That's a Trump supporter. Your network, your shame, Democratic American views. Cancel Disney. Oh boy, they're such snowflakes. But the thing is, this is a go woke, go broke type of deal. I mean, looking at it from the business perspective, this is basically Disney going woke again. And the way they're losing money this year, man, this might cut really big into their profits. Because Disney lost billions this year. I mean, Bob Iger had to come back from retirement to save Disney because they losing so much money, especially with the Disneyland, Disney World being closed. They lost hella revenue, and this move is going to make Disney lose more revenue because look how much revenue Nike lost after they made a Kaepernick deal. I mean, he's one of the most divisive people in America today. Like him, he's like the trigger for conservatives to